Precious, and today this video is gonna be a tutorial on, not really a tutorial, but kind of a tutorial, but like kind of like a get ready with me type thing on how I achieved this look right here, and a story about how I had a really bad prom date. So if you want to laugh and see how I achieved this look, keep watching. I'm gonna drop the thing. I'm gonna be taking my Morphe Big 30 shading brush, blending brush, shading brush. This how y'all know I don't know what I'm talking about. This blending brush, and I'm gonna take this color. I'm gonna put it in my crease. But I don't even know, y'all. I don't know what to talk about. So jump situational funny. Not like all the way funny. Maybe I should do a story time. I got a good story time. I would tell y'all about my prom mishap. So I'm going to my senior prom, and I didn't need a prom date. I already had one. I was going to take the boy that I took on my junior prom. That was my homie at the time. And I'm like, so my grandparents are like, no, we found this boy for you. He's a really good boy. We found him at church. I don't have nothing against church boys, If you love the Lord, I think that's amazing, okay? So it wasn't the fact that he was a church boy that was throwing me off. I didn't really care about that. Plus, it's not like no arranged marriage, so I don't care. So, now I'm taking the dark, I don't know if this is black or brown, but if it's brown, it's like a dark brown. Here, I'm taking that and putting it also into my crease. So, my papa was talking to me. He's like, Press, you should really give this boy a try. You don't want your prom pictures are going to look the same from last year, even though I'm going to be wearing a whole different other dress. But he's like, your prom pictures are going to look the same because you're the same boy. So I'm like, I'll think about it. So he's like, okay. So then I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm going to take this boy. That's fine. So the first time I was supposed to meet him, I didn't meet him because it was the weekend of my best friend's birthday dinner, and I wanted to spend the night at her house. But my papa got sick, so I figured the boy wasn't coming to the church. So my papa calls me like, why aren't you there? I'm like, because you're not there. So I didn't think he was going to be there. I didn't know there was still church because my papa is the pastor of the church. So he like, no, there's like, there's still. So I'm like, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll meet him next Sunday. So then the next week, I'm all about the coins. So I had to babysit my uncle's kids, and they spent the night at my house. And so my uncle was supposed to pick us up, and then I was supposed to go to the church. Church starts at, I think, 11. Church starts at 11. My uncle didn't show up to my house till 1. So the boy had left. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, he probably thought I'm like standing him up. He probably thinks that I'm like some, bougie person. And like, I'm like, a really bad girl. So I felt really bad. So I'm like DMing him, like, because we didn't exchange numbers. So I'm DMing him, like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. I'm like waiting for my uncle. And I was like, he hasn't come. So he DM'd me like, oh, I'm already left. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, we can like do lunch or something, like to get to know each other or whatever, or I'll come to your church or whatever. No response. So I'm like, man, he must be really mad. Like, he must really be upset. So now I'm like, Now I gotta apologize to this boy and whatever. I really felt bad. Like, if you know me, I'm not like a malicious type of person. I don't do things out of, spite. I don't no, I don't. I don't really do things out of spite. I'm not that type of girl. I don't know him, so I don't have no reason to, be malicious or whatever. So he not responding. So I get to my pop-up's church, and he does photography. The boy does photography, and he had left his light at the church. So I so I DM him like, oh, you left your light here. He DMs me back immediately talking about something. Oh, your grandfather asked me to leave it there. So you DM me back about this light, but you're not going to DM me back about my other options on how I apologize. Strike one. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to pay no mind because, it's water off a duck's back. Quack, quack. So I think it's the next Sunday. Is a Sunday, like, I'm supposed to meet him. Like, my papa was like, I can't keep bringing this boy here and you, like, stand him up. So I'm like, you know what, Papa, I got you. Like, I'm going to be there. I promise. I'm not going to babysit or nothing. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be right at your church. So, for the sake of this video, we're going to call him Greg. I don't know. That's just the first name that popped in my head. So, let's call him Greg. So, Greg walks in. I get to the church, and, I'm chilling or whatever. And then Greg walks through the door. I'm not gonna lie, Greg was cute. I'm like, okay, I can take this boy. He seemed cool. He's 17. He's a minister or whatever. He got his little collar going on or whatever. So I'm like, okay, Greg is cool. So Greg is taking pictures during service. He's cool. He seems like a pretty cool dude. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So my papa introduced, like, Greg, this is Precious Greg. So I'm like, hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. So then Greg leaves because Greg has to go to his own church because, like I told you, he's a minister. So, so I go home after church, and so he FaceTimes me. Now, I'm like, okay, we must be on good terms if you FaceTime me. I don't know. I don't just FaceTime random people, like, but whatever. I answered his FaceTime call. No, I'm lying. I'm skipping a part. My mom calls me, like, why didn't you come with us to, what's that restaurant? Longhorn. So I'm like, she's like, Greg's here, and he's looking for you, and, you know what's so funny? It's so easy to call him Greg because I don't remember his name. Lord forgive me. But, Greg is here, and, I'm putting on my eyeliner now. I have to pull my eyes to make sure that the line is straight because I'm not, like, one of those people who could just, like, do that. So, she's like, Greg's here, he wanted to have dinner with you and all that. So, I was, like, shocked because I didn't get no vibes that he liked me from when I seen him, but we also didn't have, like, a serious conversation. So, I'm like, oh, I didn't know or whatever. First I didn't know Greg was going to be at Longhorn, but I'm like, I didn't know. She's like, he really likes you. So I'm like, really? Only met one time, but all right. So then maybe like 20 minutes later, Greg FaceTimes me. Now we're at the FaceTime part, so we're talking or whatever. So, me, I like to get to know people. I'm not trying to make this boy my boyfriend. I'm just trying to get to know him so things won't be weird at prom. So I say to Greg, I'm like, tell me about yourself. And this, my friends, is when everything went downhill. So I'm like, tell me about yourself. So he's like, no. So I'm like, ¿qué? Like, ¿qué pasa? So I'm like, okay, maybe he's joking or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I say, I'm like, okay, let's try this again. Tell me about yourself. So he's like, why do you want to know stuff about me? So I'm like, because like I don't know you and I'm supposed to be taking you on prom, you don't know me, like I don't want things to be weird. So he's like, well, how are things going to be weird? I was like, again, because I don't know you. Now, when you meet people, you're supposed to put your best foot forward, okay? You want to make a good impression on people. I guess he don't care about first impressions. So now he's like, well, the only thing you need to know about me is that I'm a savage. He's a what? He's like, I'm a savage. Now in my head, I'm like, how you a minister and you a savage? That don't even, you wear a collar. And I ain't talking about like a collar shirt. In the church of God in Christ community, the ministers and priesters, pastors wear collars. Like it's like a religious symbol type thing. You can't wear that all the time and then be telling me you some savage. You sometimes get up on the pulpit and preach, but you a savage. You see how that just don't work? Yeah, okay. So now I'm like, okay, so what makes you a savage? He's like, because I am one. I'm like, okay, I don't know who. So now he's like, so I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of annoyed because I just don't like when I can't have conversation with people. Like, it's weird. You're just being, like, weird for no reason. I don't even know you. He's like, oh, I guess he was saying, like, I was doing too much. Like, I guess getting to know him to him was doing too much. So I'm like, no, how am I doing too much? He's like, you trying to be my girlfriend? So I'm looking at him like he got 45 heads. Like, no. He's like, you trying to go out on a date? I'm like, no. And then dig this. This is what he said to me. I'm not making this up. He said, well, good, because I don't like you enough to see you outside of church. I'm just going to leave you guys there with that. So, I'm like, okay. Oh, this boy really testing my patience. So he's like, so now I'm just like over him as a person, as a whole. Like, he's just always retarded. Like, so, okay, so now he's like, got this thing in his head that I'm trying to be his girlfriend. So he's like, well, I kind of sense that, you know, your family wanted us to be together, but I didn't say anything. And I'm like looking at him like, don't know where you got that from. Like, well, maybe I missed a sign. So now I'm going to be putting this easy correct, like, color concealer on me for, like, my spots or whatever. So, yeah, he's all like, yo, I felt like, you know, our families, well, not our family, but my family wanted us to be together. And first of all, I was kind of already talking to someone on the low, so I'm like not trying to be this boy's girlfriend. So, now he gets on. So then he's like, I think he's like going somewhere. So he's like, you know, I'm going to call you later. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he calls me later. He's like, now he's calling me girlfriend. I'm like, okay, I guess I could be nice. And so I'm like, you know, hey, boyfriend, because, you know, I'm thinking this is some sort of a joke. So I just forgot to put on my mascara. So now I'm like, hey, boyfriend or whatever. So he's in the car. He's going to, I think, another church. And then one thing about me is I'm a talker. I like to be able to have conversations with people. And I couldn't have a conversation with him. And it was really making me upset because I'm like, how am I supposed to take this boy on my prom and I can't have a conversation with him? Like, what in the crackhead? So, oh, and this is the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? And fast forward to later that night. So he's home from all his church going that he does. And, you know, he's eating. I'm eating pizza. He's like eating whatever he's eating. I didn't ask. And if I did ask, he probably just didn't tell me. So, you know, I'm like, you know, want to have a conversation. He's like, wants to just sit on the phone while he's watching his show. You have to be a special person for me to sit on the phone with you in silence. For me to just be appreciating your presence. I don't know him. So I didn't want to just sit on the phone in silence. So I'm like, you know, how was your day? And he starts making noises. He's like, what? No. So I'm like, what? So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. How was your day? So he starts making noises again. So I'm like, I'm about to hang the phone up. So he like, no, I'm just playing, I'm just playing. So I'm like, how was your day? So then he starts making noises again. So I'm like, you know what, I quit. Like, I just don't even care about your day. If it was bad, it was bad. If it was good, it was good. Because you obviously don't want to talk about it or don't want to tell me. And I'm not about to force it out of you because I don't care. So then we get to the part where since he won't tell me about himself, I went to digging and searching. And so I say to him, I was like, I heard you used to be a hood nigga. So I guess he thought that I thought like I was against hood niggas or something like that. I really don't care what people do on their spare time or what they're into or anything of the sort. I don't judge people. Like, whatever you do on your own time is what you do on your own time. Like, I ain't Jesus. I ain't here to judge you. I don't care. So he's like, well, where did you hear that from? So I kind of sense him getting like a little tense and feeling like, you know, uncomfortable. So I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm not judging you. Like, everybody got a past. Your past is your past. It's fine. Like, don't freak out about it. Like, whatever. So he's like, well, who did you hear it from? So I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you because my best friend told me, you can't break best friend code. So he like, no, just tell me who told you. So I'm like, I can't tell you. And so he's kind of like, well, I'm gonna hang up or whatever. So I'm like, dang, you gonna hang the phone up? Oh, so he like, just tell me. No, just tell me who it is or whatever. So I'm just like, my best friend. So he like, who your best friend? So I'm like, I can't tell you. So then he was like really getting upset. So I'm like, well, he not gonna do nothing to my best friend. So I'm like, all right, my best friend. So I'm like, so I tell him what school she go to or whatever. He like describes her. He was like, she's fat. So I'm like, well, don't talk about my best friend. My best friend is on the heavier side, but my best friend's my baby. Period. So he's like, is she like fat or whatever? So I'm like, don't talk about my best friend. I don't really play when it comes to my best friends. Neither one of my best friends. I don't play when it comes to them. Y'all not gonna say nothing about my best friend. Period. So like describing her more, but we end up not even talking about the same person. So I was like, I'll just send you a picture of her. So he like, all right. So I sent him a picture, and I'm like, this is her. So he's like, oh, I know her. She's friends with someone. I don't know who he said, but apparently she's friends with someone. But my best friend knows like everybody. So he was like, but she's still fat. If I just said to you that I don't like it when people call my best friend, like talk about my best friend, like why would you say that anyway? Like, what's wrong with you? So he's like, oh, so you one of them type of girls. So I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, you the type of girl who can't handle the truth. And I'm like, y'all 45 heads. So I'm like, it's not about being able to handle the truth. It's about knowing what to say, when not to say it, and who to say it, and who not to say it to. Period. So now we on the phone. Oh, then he's like, well, what he tell me? So he was like, well, you should tell your grandfather that. He knows my pop-up. So I'm like, my pop-up is different. Like, he don't have a filter. So he's like, well, I don't have no filter either. Okay. Because clearly he not understanding that I don't play when it comes to my best friends. So I'm like, but if I'm sitting here and I'm telling you that I don't like something, like, why would you keep doing it or whatever? So then he was like, he said something else. So then I was just getting fed up because I'm not about to argue with you about if I just told you I don't like something, you're just going to keep doing it. Like, so I'm like, look, I told you I don't like it. You're either going to take it in consideration or don't. And I said it just like that because what is wrong with you? So now we're sitting on the phone in silence. So then he pulls that stunt that all the boys pull. Hold on. I'm gonna call you right back. So I didn't hear from him. He didn't call me back, and I wasn't upset about it. I don't care. So the next day I had heard from him all day, and I guess he thought I was gonna text him first, but why would I do that? And so I was on the phone with my sister. It was like around 12 o'clock. Like, technically it was 12 a.m., but you still say it's nighttime because it's dark. So he's like, he texts my phone like, yo, with the heart emojis. So I'm like, what's up? Excuse me. So he tries to FaceTime me, but like I was on the phone with my sister, so I text him like, I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off the phone with my sister. And he's like, he sends me like these angry emojis. I'm like, I just met you yesterday. Why are you so pressed? That sounds so terrible to say, but it's the truth. And I'm not one of those girls who like put these boys out here like, oh, he's so pressed or anything like that. I'm not into that. I don't think that's cool. But I don't like aggressive or people who not my boyfriend try to act like my boyfriend. Like, that's not cute. No. So, whew. Then I like get off the phone with my sister, and then I get on the phone with him. We literally weren't even on the phone for like 5 minutes before he was like, I'm sleepy now, so I'm gonna call you tomorrow in the morning. Okay. So then the morning time comes. I'm on my way to school. I'm actually like walking in the school door, and he texts me like, you're snitching on me now. So of course I'm like confused because I don't know what he's talking about. Like, what are you talking about? Snitching on you how? He like, oh, you telling your granddad what you said. Now I was telling my mom everything that was going on, because I wanted to make sure it wasn't me, just me, and like I wasn't tripping, or like maybe I was just thinking too much into the situation. And so my mom told my mama, who I guess went to my papa, and I guess he said something to him about it. He was like, I just said you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to be a regular person. So then he left me on red. And then I told my mom I wasn't taking him no more, and I blocked him. Because we don't need to have no more conversation. There's nothing that we had to talk about. Period. Now I'm going to be taking the LA Pro Girl Matte Foundation. And I'm going to be using it as contour. If I can find the brush. So, that's how that went. I'm not... I just don't feel like I would have had a good time with him at prom, because he don't know how to talk to me, and he don't know how to talk to other people, and I got a reputation to protect, okay? Because my prom date from last year, y'all, he really was just like the best. It was just the best. Like, nobody has ever given me the night that he gave me. Ever. I'm gonna take in the beginning. But, me trying to, okay, I'll just take this boy. I'll go out on a limb. I don't never go out on a limb. I always just do what my mind first tell me. But there was one time. This one time. Never again. I was so irked. Kind of somewhat crazy prom day story, but it wasn't crazy. He was just annoying. Like, what is wrong with you? Tape time. But yeah. I was going by myself. My family's like weird about it. I'm gonna end up going by myself, but like, I'm okay with that. Like, so ladies watching this, don't settle. If he's not acting right and he acting like he don't know how to talk, kick him to the curb. Okay? You don't gotta take nothing from nobody's son. And I ain't trying to say he was a bad person. He just wasn't for me. I know I couldn't deal with it. I just can't deal with people who can't have conversations. Like, yeah. I don't know. But put my lip gloss on. So I'm mixing my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Peaches and Cream with this sparkly lip gloss that I had. So and I'm like that. And yeah, but I'm gonna be real honest. There's only one boy who really has my heart. I like to spend my blush on. So I'm get it over. Okay. I'll take this brush, and this is LA Girl Just Blushing. My favorite YouTuber sent me a Christmas gift. I didn't want a competition or anything. She just loves me. And she sent me a Christmas gift, and a lot of the products were LA Girl. So, gotta utilize what you got. So, I'm just gonna smile and pat this on the apples of my cheek. I don't like a lot of blush because sometimes it like make you look kind of like, I don't know, old. But I was like, what on there? So this is what the face looks like. I'm not sure this is every day. This is just what I came up with. This is just a makeup look. I don't know if you can wear it every day. This is like a little time because I mean, you might not want to do this every day. But yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend to hop on the bandwagon because I will be making more videos. Whatever you guys want to see, I'm willing to do it. Whether it's Q&As, more story times, because that was just the most recent thing that happened in my life. And, you know, a lot of things happened to me. So, and you can follow me on Instagram at __precious. 2 underscores. I guess you kind of got that as __, but follow me on Twitter. You can look me up under Princess Presh. And I think that's all my social. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it made you laugh. Bye.